Ever feel like those safety protocols are, well, kind of just a chore? You're ticking boxes instead of, like, actually making things safer.
It's a common feeling and one we're tackling in this deep dive.
Right. And to help us out, we've got Charly Wigstrom, a real expert in this stuff.
He's worked in some high-risk industries, so he knows a thing or two about making safety observations really count.
And get this, one of his big things is that more observations don't automatically mean things are safer.
Yeah, he emphasizes that it's about quality, not quantity.
So how do we make sure those observations are actually useful?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Charlie uses this great analogy, says it's like drowning in data, but still being thirsty for useful information.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So how do we actually fix that?
Charlie's point is, it's about connecting observations to the specific risks in your environment.
Oh, so like a slippery floor is a hazard anywhere, but it's a way bigger deal in a busy kitchen than, say, an office hallway.
Exactly. It's about context. What might be a minor thing in one setting could be critical in another.
Makes sense. So instead of just noting that something happened, we need to understand why it matters in our specific environment.
Right. So in your case, maybe it's about spotting those subtle software glitches that could snowball into bigger problems.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so we're not just randomly observing things. We're looking for stuff that's actually relevant to our work.
And then taking action. That's another biggie for Charlie. He's all about turning those observations into real change.
Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
What's the point of all this data if it just sits in a spreadsheet somewhere?
Precisely. He talks a lot about efficient data use. What patterns are we seeing? What needs to change?
So it's not enough to just, check the box that says, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
We need to actually do something with that information.
Exactly. Let's say you're tracking, near-miss incidents. You could just record the date and time, right?
Right.
But what if you also noted what kind of near-miss it was, the equipment involved, maybe even any factors that contributed to it?
Oh, so you're building a more complete picture of what's happening.
Exactly. And that can help you spot patterns. Maybe there's a spike in these near misses on Mondays or with a certain type of equipment.
And that gives you a starting point to actually fix the problem.
Right. You're not just collecting data, you're using it to make things safer.
This is great.
Oh, and there's one more thing.
Hit me.
Feedback loops.
Oh, right. Making sure people know their observations are actually being heard.
Yes. It could be something as simple as having a system where if you report a near miss, you get notified about what action was taken.
It's like closing the loop. You see that your observation mattered, that it led to something concrete.
And that can make all the difference in creating a culture of safety,
Absolutely. Instead of feeling like a chore, observations become a way to actually contribute to a safer workplace.
Exactly. And that's what Charlie's all about, empowering people to make a real difference.
So for everyone listening, think about your own work environment. What's one thing you could start paying closer attention to, knowing that your observation could be the key to preventing a problem down the line?